this is super exciting to see all this transformation.
And there's a lot for DNR Unit Supervisor Stephanie Rosinski to see as the Keith Charters Traverse City State Park undergoes an $8.5 million transformation.
We are ahead of schedule and everything is going really good at this point.
You can literally see the changes underway, but there's something you can't see here anymore.
Melmers came in and removed the pedestrian bridge.
The bridge, there since 1966, gone as of Saturday night.
The road was scheduled to be closed from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. By 10 o'clock, they were lifting the bridge off, and by 12:15, the road was back open.
And the bridge, which wasn't ADA compliant, had been scheduled for removal as part of the intersection transformation, and then closed after it got struck by a truck in July.
We're super excited to be getting a traffic light here. It's going to be a full-blown traffic light. It's going to allow a safe pedestrian crossing for people coming over to the beach or just people walking down the road from the community.
But community concerns sent the DNR back to the drawing board and rethinking a no pedestrian bridge approach. Keeping the old damaged and non-ADA compliant bridge wasn't an option. So a new pledge for a new bridge somewhere.
The DNR is committed to helping find a location for a new ADA compliant pedestrian bridge. But right now we are looking for locations to put it, property to put it on, and also our current DNR budget does not have money in it to put in a bridge.
A pledge for now, but a lot of moving parts and unanswered questions.
We're working with our local legislatures, the community, stakeholders to try to figure that type of stuff out.
Step one, maybe coming up with a plan and a price.
I know we've been asked by our director to come up with a rendering and to try to come up with a price tag.
That should provide them with a design and perhaps the money to pay to build it. Questions still need to be worked out with all the stakeholders as to exactly where in this corridor it could be built. The old bridge is gone. Its possible replacement still has a lot of hurdles to clear. A change here and here, the drivers are noticing, and those behind it are appreciating every step of the way.
It is super exciting to see everything that's happening.
That was Mark Gillette reporting. The campgrounds renovations and improvements are expected to be wrapped up by December of 2026, with them welcoming guests in the spring of 2027. There is no known timeline for a possible pedestrian bridge replacement at this point, but we will keep following the story and update you on any new developments. We are going to take another quick break, but stay with us in just a couple minutes. We'll check in with Sports Director Harrison Beebe.
I'm Jada Johnson from Big Boys TV, and the Fish and Game Report is sponsored by Johnson's Propane.
Welcome back, everyone. In case you are just tuning in, I just want to remind everyone that Joe did mention there was a tornado warning in Antrim County that did expire at 6:45, so that is why we are continuing on with our normal coverage. So with that being said, let's turn things over to Sports Director Harrison Beebe. He's live in our content center. Harrison, a lot to talk about today in the world of sports. Of course, a very big matchup tonight for the Detroit Lions visiting the Baltimore Ravens, but also I know we want to reflect on week 4 of high school football and some of the top plays. So where should we start tonight?
Good question. Let's start with football. It is on this network if you're watching us on broadcast right now on ABC 29 and 8 tonight. Lions' first primetime game of the season. They've got 5 total of these throughout the year, but this will be a real test, Maya, against the Ravens. We all know what happened to them 2 years ago in Baltimore. I don't expect that to happen again. That was like a 38-6 blowout for the Ravens. I don't see that being the situation here in week 3 of the 2025 season. Having said that, this is a very big test for Dan Campbell's crew coming off that huge win over the Bears.
What do you think are some of the biggest areas of concern, in your opinion? For me, obviously, there's Derrick Henry, who is going to be a hard one to stop, but also Lamar Jackson has legs like no other quarterback, and the Lions tend to have a hard time stopping a running quarterback.
Do. And just overall, I would be worried about playing the Ravens because I think they're still thinking about that blown loss to the Buffalo Bills on Sunday Night Football 2 weeks ago. Yes, it was 2 weeks ago. I believe they beat the Browns last week, something the Packers couldn't do yesterday. But that's going to be fresh in their minds. It's kind of like this is what we let go in week 1. And I think something like that kind of motivates the team for an entire season to say, hey, that's the best of the best, and we coughed up a winnable game. So they know Detroit's a pretty good quality opponent, and that's going to be on the Ravens' minds. Having said that, same thing for the Lions.
Yep.
They know a win in Baltimore will be huge to bump up their Super Bowl hype going into the October part of their schedule.
All right, Lions still looking to bounce back from that week 1 loss against the Packers. Of course, they came out week 2 firing against the Bears, but it's maybe a little different competition playing the Bears at home versus the Ravens on the road. So definitely
might be a subtle difference.
A lot on the line.
Yeah. Maya, we're running out of time, so real quick, let's throw to our prep play of the week highlights that you at home can vote for. Let's see who the finalists are this week. And when we take a look at our finalists, it's Charlevoix's Kaylin Titus leading the way, 79% of the vote, but you still have time. This poll goes until 10:30 tonight. We've got Cadillac's Johnny Daniels, Boyne City's Tanner Kelsey, and Beale City's Collier Smith are in the running as well. So you still have time to vote for those entries by 10:30 tonight, and we'll have the winner tonight during Up North Live News at 11.
All right, Harrison, anything else that you want to mention if we have time? I'm not quite sure.
I hope the Tigers are having a productive day off because they really need to hone in here in these final 6 days. Maybe we'll talk about that more tomorrow here on Up North Live Unscripted because, that lead that was double digits a few weeks ago is now down to just 1 game in the AL Central, and they play Cleveland in Cleveland 3 more times.
Yeah, we'll focus on that tomorrow, but let's get through this Lions-Ravens game first.
Sounds good to me.
All right, Harrison, thanks so much for joining us. We're going to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere just yet. We'll be right back in just a few minutes.
Salon services are furnished by Epiphany Advanced Academy in East Acme.
Welcome back, everyone. We are taking a look at our question of the day. We did not get to share this earlier. We didn't get to run the story that was related to it, but I'm sure you folks know what's going on when it comes to our state's budget. So our question today is, are you confident state lawmakers will pass a budget by the October 1st deadline? That is a week from Wednesday, so we're really getting down to the wire here. So you can see the results on your screen. Majority of our voters, we have 103 votes. A lot of people are not confident. 78% say no, only 22% say yes. And over on Facebook, if you have something you want to say about this, you can head over to our Facebook page and leave a comment. The first comment that pops up is from Diane, and she says, I'm pretty sure I've never used confident and lawmakers in the same sentence. And I'm sure a lot of people maybe agree with that based on the results of our question. So scan the QR code on your screen right now to let us know if you are confident that state lawmakers will pass a budget before the deadline. And again, head to our Facebook post to leave a comment. But that'll do it tonight for Up North Live Unscripted at 6:30. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you back here at 11 o'clock, and go Lions.